That would be a horrific reason to unhaul a book, wouldn't it? Hey guys, welcome back to Paper with Francesca. My name's Francesca and of course these are my lovely books. Today I'm going to do something I thought I would never ever do, and that is unhaul a load of books. When you first start reading, I feel like you just want to collect every single book ever, but it gets to the point where you have so many that it's actually overwhelming what you're going to read next, so this is the point of the unhaul. Also, I feel like with these things, the books that I don't want to read and know I will literally never get to, could go to a nice new home of somebody that's going to actually enjoy it and read it. So that is the purpose of this video. So this is my big bookshelf of everything I have read already, and then this is the bookshelf of TBR, technically. I do try and keep them separate or I'd never ever be able to keep track of what I have read and haven't read. So this is the shelf we're going to be tackling today. So let me know what you think I should do with the books that I unhaul. I'm debating taking them to like charity shops or whether to put them in like a free little library or whether to give them away. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's going to be a few. Okay, so we're going to start by going through the top shelf. Before we start, I'm going to take a guess at how many books I think I'm going to unhaul, and I'm going to go with around 25. But I'm not 100% sure because that seems like a lot. So make your guesses now and we'll see if you're right at the end. I don't know if you could see behind me, so I'll go with here. So The Therapist, this is an unhaul because I actually bought a new copy because I couldn't deal with this. So that's an unhaul already. Thieves Gambit is going to be an unhaul even though it's got this incredible sprayed edge cover. Since it's a YA book, I just don't feel like I'm going to get to it, and I feel like there's somebody who would definitely be able to enjoy this more than me and who would want to read it because it's quite new. It's literally just come out, and I feel really bad because I have actually met Kavi and Lewis, the author of this book, so if you see this, I'm so sorry. Then 56 Days, this is another unhaul. So this is a thriller book, tick, but it's about COVID. It's about a COVID couple and unalivings, and honestly I just don't think anyone wants to remember that time, and I definitely don't want to read a book about it. Okay, and then these are definitely keeps. These are going absolutely nowhere. So this is my actual copy of The Therapist with it's brand new. I actually got this full price on Waterstone, so I was that desperate to read it, and then I still haven't, so yeah. Welcome to being a booktuber. So the next book I'm going to unhaul is The Long Game by Alina Armas. She's the same writer as The Spanish Love Deception, which I also never read. This was an advance copy sent to me. Yeah, you can literally see, don't know if you can see, September 2023. So if you've not read it yet, I feel like I'm not going to. And I know somebody will absolutely love this because she's such a popular author that I know this will be good, just not for me. The It Girl is being unhauled. The only reason I say unhaul is because I actually did start this and I got to about page 80 and then I forgot I'd started it and it went back on the bookshelf. So I clearly had no intention of finishing it, and I couldn't even tell you what happened in those pages, so now I'd have to start it all over again. And I feel like if I didn't like it at the 80 page mark, technically it's a DNF. So someone will enjoy this though. It's dark academia thriller, but I have heard mixed reviews, so just not reaching for it. These ACOTAR books are staying. So this is the first one, this is another one. I haven't got to the series yet, but hopefully I will at some point, even though I'm a thriller girl. I feel like ACOTAR is such a popular series that it must be good. So I'm going to keep those, all of them. So these two are Magnolia Parks and Checkmate, which are both romances, but I want to keep. I think I'll get to them. However, Flawless by Elsie Silver, I'm really not sure I'm going to get to this. It's a cowboy romance and it's small town, which are like my two things that I don't, well, not two, I've never read a cowboy romance, I have to say. But small town is not my vibe in a romance book, even the ones I do pick up, so I don't know. But everyone loves this, so not sure. It's going on the unhaul pile. So I love B.A. Paris, but The Breakdown has been on my shelf literally since I started reading, and it's also a spine cracked copy from the charity shop, and it's also like really discoloured. So I feel like because of that I would never pick this up, even though I'm sure it's a really good book, because I've been reading quite a lot of B.A. Paris recently and I really like her. She's great, hence buying The Therapist, wherever it was, a brand new copy, but that's probably what I'll end up doing with this, so this one's an unhaul. There's a few books here that I've had for a while that are thrillers and I've not got to, but they're brand new copies and I do feel like I will read them, and if not, somebody I know will probably read them after coming around and seeing them, so we'll go with it. I also have One Dark Window, which is a romantasy, I think, but literally everyone was talking about this, so I obviously got it, and I've not got to it, but I definitely will. I am obviously like such a big thriller reader, but books like this kind of cleanse the palette, as it were, between them, because thriller books can get quite repetitive, especially when you're reading the same authors. They're kind of like concepts are similar, the way they're written are similar, the twists are similar. So when you read like books like this in between, you actually really enjoy them because they're nothing like what you normally read. So yeah, I'm keeping this. Okay, first shelf done. Ooh, more than I thought. Okay, next shelf. This is a small shelf, so we will go from this side. So Recursion by Blake Crouch, definitely will read that. Blood Orange, I've been recommended so many times, definitely will read that. I think the second two books in the Caraval series, I'm gonna unhaul. I read Caraval in October last year, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. I didn't really get that hype. I really wanted to as well, because the concept was really good, and it was like a different type of magic world. Instead of it being like fae based, it was like magic based, and I really liked that, but I haven't reached for these at all, and I quite honestly just don't think I will ever get to them. Okay, another ACOTAR we keep. The Serial Killer's Wife, I'm gonna keep this. I only just got it, so I probably should keep it. Watching You by Lisa Jewell, I'm not actually sure about this one. I like Lisa Jewell, and her books are absolutely brilliant, but they're a little bit more, I don't know what the word is actually. Ooh, the text is really big. See, I saw this and thought, it's quite long. Yeah, it's 480 pages, but look how nice and big the text is. Anyone could read that. Okay, we're keeping it. TARDIS, obviously. Just a little nod to my youth. That's not being unhauled, I'm just gonna put it there for a sec. Okay. My granddad got me this book about UFOs that I've not read, but it's just the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life, so I'm gonna keep that on my shelf and hold it tight. And then another ACOTAR book, and I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, definitely gonna get to these as well. Okay, so Blue Shelf is extensive, as you can see. So this is a non-fiction book that I've been trying to work through after my dad passed away unexpectedly at the end of last year, so sorry for that trauma dump, but there we go, that is staying. The Maid's Diary I'm keeping. I really want to get to this actually, I might put it on next month's TBR. I'm also keeping House of Sky and Breath. I've just started House of Earth and Blood, which is a rogue move for me considering how long they are, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm really hoping that I'll get through it to be able to get to the next one, so I'm going to keep it. The Sanatorium was recommended to me, so I got it, and I actually got 2 copies by accident because I didn't realise I had the first one, but I've still not reached for it, so I'm just not sure. I think I will keep it, but I'm going to be a bit more ruthless with the rest. The Passengers I'm keeping, Adore John Mars, definitely will read that. Love Claire Douglas, From the Embers. Yeah, I'm going to go with keep. The Family Remains, I still haven't read, another Lisa Jewell book, but I'm pretty sure this one's signed, so yeah, so that's not going anywhere. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Prisoner, another B.A. Paris book, brand new, definitely gonna have to read that. Magnolia Parks book, can I keep that? Another ACOTAR book, gotta keep that. It Starts With Us, Unhaul. I bought this when it came out because everybody was talking about it, but then I had no desire to actually read it, and I only realised that after I bought it. So, of course I've read It Ends With Us, just as pretty much everyone has, but I have no desire to read this. It's going on the unhaul pile. The Girls by Lisa Jewell, another Lisa Jewell book. I just don't know why I don't reach for this author. And I think this one's going to be an unhaul because I'm not sure I even bought this one. I think it was a gift. Unhaul. The Last Mrs. Parrish. I didn't even realise I had this. I thought I only had this on Kindle. This gets compared to The Housemaid a lot, and this one came out first, which is a little bit controversial. I'm not sure I'm going to read it, but I'm going to keep it just in case, because I might read it. I feel like I was a lot more savage in the beginning, and now I'm losing it, so let's be more savage again. Nine Perfect Strangers, Leanne Moriarty. I actually took this on holiday to read and didn't read it, so if that says everything, then I'm gonna unhaul it. Surely there's books I'd prefer to read more. I've had this for ages. Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, Christmas book that I didn't read last year, but will probably read this Christmas. There's only so many Christmas books you can read in a year, so I'll keep this until December again. The next Elsie Silver book, I'm going to unhaul this for the same reason as the first one, and I feel like somebody else will be able to actually enjoy this. Okay, A Winter in New York, another Christmas book that I didn't get to, but honestly I'm not sure I will, because it's not a Christmas book, it's more like a winter romance. I'm going to keep this because when it gets to Christmas, I'm always complaining I have no Christmas books. And I also suddenly want to read romance in December. It's just like this weird like switch. So I'm gonna keep it. Okay, so last couple of shelves. I think this is everything. I actually have read these. I'm not sure why they're there. Okay, so the last shelf we have To Kill a Kingdom series. The plastic is still on this, which indicates to me that I had no intention of reading that. And also since it's a set, I can probably give this one away because they are literally like brand new. So I'm going to unhaul this. It is a fantasy series. It just doesn't scream Fran. Do you know what I mean? I think it's YA as well, so that's another reason. Ninth House. You would think I would absolutely love this. It's a fantasy thriller, dark academia. Started it, got to page 81 and haven't picked it up again. And I keep doing this. I will read a little bit of a book and then not realise I haven't finished it. And then it'll be a few months later and it's kind of like clearly didn't like it if I forgot that I was reading it. So I think I'm gonna unhaul this. It is literally like new. You can't even tell that I've started it. So I think somebody would really enjoy that. Macintosh The Last Party. This is a signed copy. So this is going nowhere. Do you think it's so funny I have so many signed books that I haven't even read? The Mother by T.M. Logan. So I like T.M. Logan as an author, definitely, but this cover stresses me out. Like, you can even see that it's like that shiny stuff, you know, instead of like a normal book cover. That would be a horrific reason to unhaul a book, wouldn't it? Absolutely horrendous, and it's being unhauled. I've only just got this. I know absolutely nothing about it apart from the fact that one of my favourite booktokers likes it, so that is staying. The Whisper Man I will definitely read. Kingdom of the Feared is the third book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series, and I've still not read the second, and honestly I'm not sure I will read it. I didn't anticipate unhauling this one, but no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it just in case. And also it matches my Kingdom of the Wicked copy, like the cover, so that's good. So Neverwhere I bought because someone told me it was kind of similar to Lucifer, and so it's staying. If you've not watched the TV series Lucifer on Netflix, watch it. This is not an advert. I would literally die for that show. Too Late by Colin Hoover. Was told this was a thriller and then told it wasn't, so that's going. Final Girl Support Group. This is a horror book. Ooh, and it has these cool, oh, look at that little mixed media piece. Oh, okay, I'm keeping it. Never Never, another one by Colin Hoover that I'm not gonna read. I just don't feel like now I'm more advanced in my reading journey that I will ever go back to reading Colin Hoover books. I think they're such a good like entry into reading because her writing's so simplistic and easy to read, and the topics are kind of just like, they make you think but not too hard, and I will literally always be grateful for that. But now I feel like I have passed the wave. Another Elsie Silver book, so I'm going to unhaul this for the same reason as the other ones. I'll probably give them away together. All Your Perfects, Colleen Hoover, another one that is going to be unhauled. Yeah, I'm just a bit over it, and a lot of people really like Colleen Hoover, so could definitely read these books because they're all brand new. One by One by Ruth Ware I'm going to keep. And then I've got a copy of Wildfire by Hannah Grace. So this is the same author as Icebreaker. I'm going to unhaul this, you know. I didn't think I would. I really liked Icebreaker, but I just don't feel in that same space anymore that I would enjoy this. And I've also been told it's not as good as Icebreaker. And it's also set on like a summer camp. Like both of them go and work on a summer camp. And although they're like in college, like university, that age now is just, it's too far in my past to relate to. So I'm gonna unhaul. And finally, these are the hardbacks that I am potentially gonna unhaul. So I've got Hellbent, which is the second in the 9th house. So Hellbent I'm gonna unhaul because I've unhauled 9th house, so this is just the sequel, so that kind of makes sense. So Close by Sylvia Day, I'm gonna unhaul this. This is kind of like a dark romance thriller, which sounded really, really good, but I've not reached for it and I've probably had it for a year or so. So this one has been unhauled. Iron Flame I'm going to keep. I read Fourth Wing and did like it. I've not reached for this, but I think that's just purely because of how long it is. Oh god, 600 plus pages. I'm not sure I'll ever read it, honestly, but I am going to keep it just in case. You never know, I might hit like my full fantasy era and then buy another copy, like you just don't know. Guest List by Lucy Foley, I actually haven't read. I really, really like The Paris Apartment, so you think I would have read this, but I think the fact that I have it in hardback is just such a turn off. I also have it on Kindle though, so maybe that's not the reason. But I'm going to unhaul the hardback because there's just absolutely no chance I'm going to read this in the hardback version when I've got it on Kindle, if you know what I mean. And somebody else can read it and like it and love it. So this one is actually signed by the author, so that's another immediate keep. I just love when the authors like physically had this copy in their hands and signed it and dedicated it to me. It's just so much more special. So if I haven't read it, it's being kept. I actually can't believe what the hell this book is, to be quite honest. I started and got to the, oh my god, I didn't even see this. Look, they literally have like sharks. They actually have like sharks on the pages. That's really cool, actually. I can't just read it for the sharks on the pages. So I stopped reading this after the, wait, what's it called? What's it called when you're, you walk out on something into the sea? It's a dark romance book and they were at the edge of something towards the sea and he did it to her by pushing her head in. It's just completely inappropriate and scared me, quite honestly. Yeah, this has been unhauled. You'd think that since I'm such a thriller girl that I would like dark romance, but as soon as there's a relationship involved, I just can't hack it. I don't know. This is being unhauled. How cool is this new booklet I got, by the way? Oh, I didn't realise it changed colour as well. My boyfriend got me this for Valentine's Day, and it's so cool. He does this as well, if you wanted it like, it's like a nightlight. I love it. I thought we were done, but I've actually just found a few more hardbacks that were on my red bookshelf, which is concerning. Anna O by Matthew Blake. This is an advanced copy, but I'm gonna unhaul it because I feel like somebody else would really enjoy this. That isn't me. Throne of the Fallen is the sequel to the Kingdom of the Wicked series, but it's adult instead of YA, so I feel like I will like that a lot more, but I'm not sure that it's appropriate to read it before the rest of the Kingdom of the Wicked series, so I'm gonna keep it because I do feel like I will read it. The Maidens in hardback, keep. Divine Rivals I've only just got but haven't read, so I'm gonna keep it even though I'm not sure I'm gonna read it. And then I've got Louise Candlish's The Only Suspect. I think this is a signed copy. Yeah, this is a signed copy. So I'll keep that. I'm not sure when I'll get to that, quite honestly. And then Disturbance is a tiny hardback. This is like a paranormal women's fiction that I've had for about 3 years, so I'm going to unhaul. That is definitely it now. Look at this cool little angle. So these, I did not put the mirror there on purpose, by the way, that's just kind of always where it is. So these are all the books I've unhauled, so let's really quickly count them and we can see what we're going to do with them. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 books unhauled. I'm really happy with that. I'm still not really sure what to do with them. I think the newer ones I will give away to people maybe that I know or on here on Instagram, not sure, and the ones that are definitely like secondhand, I think I will give to charity because that's kind of like the more the quality that you see in charity shops, but none of them are like particularly bad quality, otherwise I would just, I don't know, do something different with them. But yeah, that is 30 books unhauled. I think that gives me permission to buy a couple of new ones, but I will try and keep a lid on that. If I do, of course, I'll bring you guys with me, and there we have it. Those are the books I'm going to unhaul. So that's it, we've unhauled 30 books. I'm so happy. I feel like cleansed. I feel so much better. But please let me know very quickly if there's anything that I've got rid of that I shouldn't and should definitely give it a go, because I mean, I'm not an expert at the end of the day. I know I do read a lot, but you guys might have read something that you recommend. That's all from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. So now it gets a bit crazier. I'm going to tilt this down slightly so you can see. Oh, you can't even see me. I didn't think this through. Okay. Oh. Okay, we're back. This would be such a funny outtake. Let's pull in, let's pull in. Pull up, pull up. Okay, this is a bit better. We're good, we're good.